So y'all, look, I cut my sides last night. This video is gonna be so random. I owe you guys so many little videos. First of all, the Patreon app sucks when it comes to trying to do the lens videos. I've been trying to do lens videos for like 10 days now. And every time I go back to preview them, my mouth and the sound aren't lined up, or it's jittery, and I'm just sitting still making the video, but when you play the playback, it's jittery. I also don't like the fact that the lens videos are only like, I don't know, 30 seconds or something, and then they disappear, so it looks like I'm not putting any content up for you guys. And I hate that. I also hate that I have to do these videos, then upload them to YouTube, then go into Patreon and put the link there for you to see it on YouTube, which is stupid. I wish Patreon would just let me take a video from my phone and drop it directly into Patreon. Since that seems to be an issue for Patreon, I think what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to set up a Google Drive. If you've listened to my old podcast, my very short-lived podcast, and I'm thinking about doing that again. I told you this video was going to be random, right? Okay. I'm thinking about doing the podcast again, because then I can just ramble and chat and share the link. But then you don't get to see my beautiful face. Anyway, so I think what I'm going to do is when I want to do just some random videos, motivational videos, whatever videos, just updating you videos, because it's so much quicker for me to update you in a quick video that I don't have to edit than to sit still and type, and go back and check my spelling and go back and check my grammar and all that, when I can just do a video. And if I fluster or flubber, it doesn't matter. You just get the real deal, and you get to see a little bit more of me since I'm not really doing videos like that. So I'm going to see if I can go in my Google Drive and make a Google Drive folder that I just drop all these little random videos in, and then share those videos with you via the Patreon app. So I'm going to be trying that this week. So you might get a couple videos this week because I'm trying it and testing it. So let me know in the comments if it's working, if you're able to open it. I know Android users and Windows users shouldn't have an issue with that. I know that you can download Google stuff from the App Store in Apple, so you should be able to use that as well. I mean, I don't know. I guess. If you're an Apple user, let me know if you're able to once I get it up and going. Actually, what you could do if you're an Apple user is go find my podcast. Okay, I'm going to try and link it down in this video. Find the link to my podcast because that is shared through a Google folder. And if you're an Apple user, if you would do me this favor and try and open up the podcasts, you don't have to listen to them all. Just open up that folder, click on a couple of them, see if they start up without any glitches. You know, if you have to download another app, let me know. Like, just give me some feedback on how that works on your device. I know Android users won't have a problem and PC users won't have a problem. You know, I'm not an Apple user, so I don't know how that works on their devices. If it works, will it work? How do you might have to download something else. I don't know if it'll just open up separately in a browser for you. I don't know how that all works. Because when I did the podcast, I forgot the app I was using, but I don't know if you have to download that app or you can just listen directly within a browser. Anyway, let me know. Give me feedback. Okay, this video is probably longer than it needs to be. But I just want to say to you guys, I haven't forgot about you. Don't think because I'm on this hiatus, I'm out here doing big things and ain't letting you know, because I'm not. The main reason for this here video is to let y'all know that I have a job. So I am working with the Parks and Rec Department here in the part of Virginia that I live in. And I'm doing the before and after school program. So when I initially applied to the job, well, one, they had raised their hourly rates because I'd seen the job months ago. And I was like, I'm not going back to work for kids for that amount of money. Can't do it. Not for that. And then about a month ago, this is the end of December. This is the 27th of December, me recording this. Oh, don't forget to go watch Mental Health Monday if you haven't already. It's up on the HelloCrystal01 channel, and it's added to the playlist on the CrystalVanner channel. If you go to the Mental Health Mondays playlist, all of the HelloCrystal01 Mental Health Mondays are now added to that playlist to form one huge playlist. I started Mental Health Mondays in 2019, so there's a lot of juicy stuff for you to go back and look at. And go back and look at those old ones, because I was going through some stuff at different times, and some of those might speak to you. So go back and peruse those and see. I don't think any of them are longer than like 20 minutes. I don't think. There might be a couple that are longer than 20, but those are the ones where I was really going through something and had to get it off my chest. So I applied again, applied once they raised the rates to the Parks and Rec department for the before and after school program. Now, most counties, cities, whatever, municipality, how do you say that word? Municipalities? I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. I know you know. Most of their before and after school programs, even though they're in the school, most places have them run by the Parks and Rec department and not by the school, even though they are in the school buildings, elementary school buildings. Because when you're in junior high and high school, you don't really need before and after school program. You can stay home by yourself. Even though, I was in elementary, I was a latchkey kid. It was what it was. So I applied to be an assistant activity leader because I just want to go in there, do my little job, and take my own butt home. So when I went in for my interview, because I have experience working with elementary and middle school and a little bit of high school kids from 2001 all the way to 2017, that's a lot of years of experience working with kids. Actually, I started working with kids, 3 and 4-year-old kids the year before that. So from 2000 to 2017, I've been working with children. Anywho, the interviewer, the person who was interviewing me, who was like a supervisor higher up in the Parks and Rec department, was like, the last question he asked me was like, can I ask you one more question that's not on my list of questions to ask you? Why aren't you applying for the leader position? And I was like, because I don't really want to be anybody's supervisor. I don't really want to have to be the bad guy. I really don't want to work. I was honest. Like, I was 100% honest. And he was like, I really want you to apply to be a leader. Could you do this for me? Because everything you've said in this interview is exactly the direction that we want to take the program. And I'm like, oh, so they're trying to do this whole shift. They're trying to do this whole adjustment. But in my mind was like, I don't want to really be working hands-on with kids for more than like this school year and maybe next school year. And then I'm trying to move on up out of the school building and be one of the people that supervises. Because for real, I'm getting old and I don't want to work with little kids no more. My patience ain't there. I want to come by and visit, check on the program, see how it's running, answer questions that you may have, talk to whoever I need to talk to disciplinary wise, and keep it moving and go back to my little cubicle office and send emails. It's so funny because I've never been an office type. I always said I will never, ever, 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 ever work in an office because I can't stand being in an office. Now, I don't really like people like that, especially children. Sorry, hate to say it. So I went ahead and applied for the leader position. Of course, I got it because he wanted me to apply for it. So it was just a formality of me going in and reapplying for the leader position. He was like, I won't even re-interview you because I already know you're a leader. So I went through the 2 days of orientation, which joke, and then went into my center, the second day of orientation, they gave us like 2.5 hours to go to our location. Well, they changed my location, which I'm very upset about because it's so much further from where we live. Like so much further. It's like on the total opposite end of the county, which highly upset me. I wasn't in they call them zones here. I wasn't in our zone where we live, but I was in the next zone over, which, okay, maybe 15 minutes in traffic, maybe 20 max. Now I'm so far out. Like we live in zone 5. They had me in zone 4, and now I'm all the way in zone 1, which is like all the way on the opposite end, like almost out of our city, like almost in the next city over. So I'm a little upset about that, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and I'm gonna finish up this school year because they're supposed to be hiring more people because they're so short-staffed with this program, and they have been since school started back up because they lost a lot of people with COVID. People didn't come back. A lot of people retired. A lot of people found other jobs during COVID and just didn't come back. And their hourly sucked, and so people weren't coming back. So now they've got an influx of applicants now that they've raised it up. I mean, it's almost $20 an hour. So they've done well to get that money from the county to be like, look, if y'all want us to have this program, we're going to need more money. And so they were able to do that. So I'm hoping this summer people will apply for next school year, and then I can be bumped back into a closer zone to home because it's a split shift. So I hate that. So I have to be there at 6:15 in the morning, which means I need to leave here at 5:30 in the morning to get all the way out there by 6:15 in the morning. And I'm hoping that 45 minutes is going to be enough with morning traffic. I don't really know rush hour traffic around here because I'm not from this part of Virginia, and I'm not really out in the mornings like that. So I don't know. I usually go to the grocery store and stuff when everybody else is going to work, like on a Monday or Tuesday morning, or Monday or Wednesday morning, really. Anywho, yeah, so then I get off at like 8:45 when the kids go to elementary school, because we're in their elementary school. So once we deliver them to their classrooms, we're off until they come back after school. So I've got like 4 hours in the middle of the day. So I've got a 45-minute ride out there, work till about 8:45, excuse me. Then anywhere from 35 to 40-minute ride back home, then go back again in the afternoon, that 35, 45-minute ride. Then I get off at 6:15 p.m. and drive another 45 minutes to an hour, because that's evening rush hour is a little worse, I think. So I'll be getting home around 7-ish, a little after 7, depending on if parents pick up right at 6:15, because that's when they're supposed to pick up. And from what I've heard, parents can be late because of traffic. And we have a lot of military bases around here, so sometimes people don't get out right at the time they're supposed to get out. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be interesting. So I have this chunk of time in the day where I work too far from home. Do I make it worthwhile coming back home? Like, is it worth my time to come back home? That's more gas in the car, which already is going to take a lot of gas. Or do I find a part-time job in the middle of the day? Like, I don't know what to do. Anyway, I'm figuring that out. I'm going to wait a couple months of working the job and figuring out the flow and the traffic and all that to see first if I should get another job. I don't really want to work 2 jobs, honestly, but I guess I could and hit it hard and just save the money from the second job and as much as I can from the first job and just stack my money. If I hit it hard for like the next 1.5 years, 2 years, maybe 3, work myself to the bone, that gets me to my goals closer or faster. I don't know. I just don't want to burn myself out. I still want to have leisure time. I still want to have free time. Weather's going to break soon, Yeah, it's only December, but, March, April, May, I want to be, okay, what are we doing camping-wise? Am I going to get another minivan or something? I'm looking at maybe getting one of the Ford Transit Connects or something like that I can make into a camper and I can do some stuff. So I still want to be able to do that. I don't want to be so tired that I can't do that. Anywho, this video was really to let you know that I had a job. I went into this whole other thing. So, anywho, And if I was going to do one longer than I'd planned, I wouldn't have done it vertically. I would have did the other way, so it takes up your whole screen, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm going to work on those videos on Google Drive for you guys. If you're a current Apple user and a patron, go ahead and look up the podcast. I'm going to link it with this video so you can click on it. Let me know how it works for you. If it's too much trouble, if it opens in a browser, if it makes you download another app, just give me some good feedback. If you don't feel like giving feedback here, you can always email it to me, crystal@crystalvanner.com. And I think that's it from these random videos. So I'm just trying to give you all this information here that I've been trying to give you for the last 10 days on Lens, which I'm not happy with Lens anyway. It is what it is. I don't care. I don't know. Whatever. I think that's it. Otherwise, I'm just chilling. Don't forget to watch Mental Health Monday. If you haven't subscribed to the other channel, please do. Even if you don't like those videos, can you subscribe? Because honestly, I need 1,000 subscribers in order to start doing lives on that channel. So, and I'm at 800 and something. So could you guys just please subscribe, even if you don't watch it, just so we can start doing lives over there? I know it's not much to ask. And I know everyone's like, I don't want to subscribe to another channel, especially something that I'm not interested in. Do it for me, please. I love you. Thank you. Okay, bye. Oh, Happy New Year.